And today we're going to ask the big question, is Donald Trump a time traveller?
I lie awake many nights, just sweating, stretching. Sarah's thinking, I bet he's thinking about other girls, and I'm like, is Donald Trump a time traveller?
May explain a few things.
It could do. That hair.
I've always wondered. He looks a lot like, you know, Back to the Future 2, the alternate timeline, evil Biff, billionaire Biff.
Yeah.
I believe they're trying to make him look like Donald Trump, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because, or was that Trump?
Well, this is the question. Was Back to the Future 2 actually real?
Did he? Did a crazy old man show up one day with an almanac? I don't know. But yeah, please, new and returning listeners.
We'll thank them and then we'll get into it.
And then please, explain to me how he's a time traveller.
Well, how the internet thinks he's a time traveller.
Oh no, I believe you believe it, don't you? This is your theory. You presented it to me.
I'm on the fence, to be honest.
Well.
And there's a little bit of a cult at the end.
A cult?
A cultism.
Oh,
you know.
We like that.
We might have a bit of some magic with a K at the end.
Satan.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Alright, let's start with Bay City in the US, Viers in Belgium.
Germany.
Is that Germany? So it is. They need to get their flags sorted out, they look too similar.
God, Ben, you should know the flag of the enemy.
The flag of the enemy was very different back then. No, we're friends. And they went with a completely unoriginal design.
It was very different, you're correct.
New City in the US, Boardman in the US, Brasilia in Brazil, Oldbury in the UK, Herne Bay in the UK, Bologna in Italy, Guadalajara, Spain, and Telford in the UK, our hometown.
Thank you to all listeners.
Cheers. Follow us on Facebook at Cutting the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, YouTube at Apocalypse Bull, and SoundCloud and Spotify and all your other podcasting platforms, Cutting the Bull in the PTA. Alright, so the first one is about Trump's son, Barron.
Right.
Which one's this?
He's the youngest one.
Right, yeah.
So, in 1890, 1896 and 1898, an American author and lawyer, Ingersoll Lockwood, published 2 children's books and 1 short story. And the first one was called The Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump and His Wonderful Dog, Bulger, which was then followed up in 1893 with Baron Trump's Marvellous Underground Journey, which sounds like he's being trafficked.
Was his dog Bulger a Labrador?
I don't know, he's a little
He killed
dog.
it and turned it into his hair.
Mike, you're getting more hair off a Labrador than Trump's got on his head. Maybe
All
a
them
poodle.
intricate weaves, mate, you know, there's a lot
true.
there.
There's a lot. It is an intricate series of comb-overs.
Yeah.
It is in its own way magnificent.
It is, isn't it?
It's yeah.
How long do you think he spends each day?
Oh, he has a stylist, Mike.
There's a team of people.
Yeah. There's a whole team, yeah.
There's reams of them.
I personally think that hair alone is presidential. I think every president should wear Donald Trump's hair after he's dead.
Like a crown.
Like the laurel wreaths of the Caesars. I think it should be passed along each president after.
What Biden could do, couldn't he?
He could.
Fuck it up.
Well, the laurel wreath was literally only worn by Caesar, who kicked the whole thing off, Julius Caesar, to cover his receding hairline.
Fair enough.
That is the only reason he wore a laurel wreath, because it covers the receding. So I think we do a similar thing with Trump's hair when he's dead. We preserve it, we give it to every president.
They probably will preserve his hair when he's dead.
Yeah.
There'll be some sick sort of museum. People will pilgrimage to it. Rednecks will in their pickups.
Yeah. The General Lee won't have the Southern flag on it anymore. It'll just have a big golden toupee on top of it. In fact, why has no one made a toupee car with Trump's hair?
Just listen to yourself. What do you mean, why?
Why not?
Where would you even start?
Are you gonna get...
No one understands that mystical construction.
Oh, some redneck will figure it out off
No.
a combination of meth and Bud Light.
They've studied it. NASA have analysed it. Like they want to try and recreate it, like in buildings and stadiums. It's the most
the
solid
first space
structure
station.
known to man. It was back engineered from a crashed UFO.
It's alien
It's
threats.
alien technology. It's the only explanation.
You know what? You might be right. Breaking news, listeners.
No, it's his golden retriever dog ball.
Shut up, Mojo.
But it does cost $5 million.
His hair.
No, but grabbing people by the pussy.
Oh,
What's how much you have to give that woman?
oh Christ. Should have just asked them.
Well, the
May I
answer...
grab you by the pussy?
Here's $5 million. I can save the legal fees now. So, in Ingersoll Lockwood's first two novels, they follow the young boy named William Heinrich Sebastian von Trump, Little Baron Trump. And he comes from a very wealthy family that lives on Fifth Avenue in New York City.
Which is where Trump lives in real life.
Trump Towers on Fifth Avenue in New York City,
fuck yeah.
Baron Trump. Oh.
Oh, this is making my balls ache.
In what is called Trump Castle. What's a castle? It's a tower.
Trump
Yeah,
Towers,
yeah.
Trump Castle.
Oh.
Oh.
Now, in the books, Baron and his dog Bulger go on a series of wild adventures through other dimensions and time with the help of a mystical character named Don.
When was this written?
1870, 1880,
And he's on about mystical time adventures. Like, what was he toking on back then? When was it? 1890? Was there a lot of opium around back then?
Yeah, probably.
Ah, there
Yeah.
you go. That explains it. And then they went through a time hole.
Hence the saying, as happy as an opium-addicted Chinaman, which no one uses anymore because it's a bit racist.
Let's bring it back. How do you know he's on opium?
I don't know, but it's coming up with this shit.
Is the mystical character Don, is that Trump from the future?
Possibly.
Well, is this a blueprint? Well, finish this bit and I'll give you my theory.
Don helps Baron and Bulger find the portal to the world within a world that eventually leads them to Russia.
Can you believe it?
Castle Trump. Oh,
Yeah, but we all know the Russian collusion story was an attempted hit job by the evil Democrats. Hail Trump! I'm joking, of course.
so I think we can say we've got some strange similarities. A world where the president is Donald Trump, who himself lives on Fifth Avenue, and his son Baron in what we call Trump Tower.
That's the thing, the last book there, tell them what the last book's called.
The Last President.
Ah, dear.
It's ominous, isn't it?
Read that bit there, Ben, about what happens in that one, because...
Well, Lockwood's final novel, 1900, or The Last President, begins with a scene of New York City in chaos. It's early November, and a hugely unpopular outsider candidate has just won the election for the presidency. Police officers are in the streets trying to calm the growing rioters, and mobs of vast size are organising under the lead of anarchists and socialists, and threaten to plunder and despoil the houses of the rich who have wronged and oppressed them for so many years.
Sounds like my
Yeah.
type of crowd.
If he gets back into the presidency, which will be soon, won't it, if it's happening?
Yep,
That's the time of
November.
recording, November. November? Can you not see this? This
Yeah, I
happening?
can, yeah. Completely.
I can see Democratic people having a bit of a meltdown. Don't think they're going to take it well.
I don't think they're going to take it well. I think there's
No.
going to be a lot of autistic screeching.
I think there's going to be autistic burning, firing
There's gonna-
and stamping on things.
But I can also see, should Biden win, I can see it the other way
Yeah.
round too.
Yeah,
I think which-
burning.
Either way, they're fucked.
Either way, there's going to be a lot of burning.
So your choices are, American friends, a dead body in a suit.
Biden, I'm assuming. You're assuming to President Joe Biden.
Yeah. Or a crazy man with wacky hair.
I don't know how crazy he is.
I think he's. I've told you.
Crazy like a fox.
I'm a big fan of Trump. I don't live there, so I don't trigger anybody. Watching as an observer, safe from the distance of Britain, I think he's a bit of a hero. He walks a different line, doesn't he? He walks to the beat of his own drum, Mike.
I like his drain the swamp rhetoric.
Yeah.
It needs draining.
I like the things he says. Sleepy Joe. He's
I'm all for
funny.
the things he says. He just never follows through with them, does he?
No.
He's a funny guy going to a disaster zone where there's been a disaster, and instead of handing out toilet rolls, he shoots them like basketballs, testing himself to see if he can.
How far back can I throw this?
Because it's all a laugh to him.
You get some toilet roll.
No,
you get some
toilet roll. That's
You get some
exactly it. And you at the back, I bet I can get him. Watch this.
Oh, in his retelling, he can get it the furthest anyone can throw.
Nobody threw a toilet roll further than me. Nobody. No president. Sleepy Joe couldn't hold a toilet roll above his head. You know that?
I don't think he could. I think.
Nah, neither do I. What do you think of Sleepy Joe's? Sorry, President Biden's. What do you think of the melting face? And have you seen the different ears? Do you think they're sticking masks on body doubles?
The melting face and different ears. This is a new one to me.
Oh, Mike, there's tonight's homework. There's pictures of him like weird things happening with his skin as if it's a rubber mask on a person.
Oh, right.
Like, now Hollywood's pretty good at. I've seen them skits they do on Ant and Dec and things like that.
Yeah.
Where they prank a family member.
Yeah.
As I'm a little old man, but really, oh, it's me, famous TV presenter. Is it beyond the realms of possibility they're slapping these Hollywood-level masks on a body double and shoving them out there for non-speaking engagements, walking between buildings and cars, things like that?
Right. Well, when he's transported in the back of the limo, like in the boot.
Laying down, plugged into machines, in a big vacuum tube like Darth Vader.
Ooh! Surely they would have chosen someone with a bit more pep and...
Well, what I'm saying to you is that bad? I mean, you think he's bad when you do see him.
Yeah, he's even worse.
He's fucking, mate, because the president's got a lot to do.
They have.
Needs to be seen. So I'm just saying, look at the pictures later. Anyway, I digress. Back to the one true president, Donald Trump. Now, this is a bit fucking weird, isn't it, lads?
Yeah, just a bit.
Because this wasn't a big popular book neither, apparently. It was, it came and went. It didn't set the world on fire, but it was some fucker rediscovered. Imagine being the person who rediscovered this in 2000 and whatever, last time Trump was president, and you're reading this going, they lived on where?
Yeah.
It was called what?
Yes.
Baron
Trump.
So,
well, they're right about the Fifth Avenue Hotel will be the first to feel the fury of the mob. And of course,
they were all outside Trump
Fifth Avenue Hotels where Trump Towers.
Yeah, and they were all out there, weren't they, protesting? Now, there is a bit in there because Trump's dad.
We'll get to this in a bit. Trump's uncle.
Well, was it his uncle? So
yeah, the one who was in the FBI.
Well, the one who connection to Tesla.
We'll get to that shortly.
Because if they have been travelling through time, the Trumps, why have they got someone to write this book?
Well, to let us all know what's really going on, guys. But they can't just tell us. They have to do it in subtle ways.
Like 9/11, where they predicted it in Back to the Future.
Right, maybe Lockwood is one of the Trumps.
Yeah.
And one of them thought, because it said at the time, Lewis Carroll, what's he called, his book?
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, that was the smash hit of the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And back then, that was like being the smash hit movie, wasn't it? If you were the big famous book of the time, right? So, one of the Trumps thought, our little time travelling Baron, we could turn his stories, it's better than a wardrobe, he goes through a fucking time hole.
True, and he ends up in Russia.
A fucking Tesla time hole to Russia, fucking about over there. So, I'm going to turn that into a book. It's going to be even bigger than Lewis Carroll. It's going to be massive. I won't put my name on it though. I'll call myself whatever Lockwood.
Ingersoll, which is a fantastic name.
Right. Puts the book out, thinking it's going to be massive. It fucking bombed. No one gave a shit. and it's just been left, and then somebody looking back has gone and found it. It's just one theory.
Do you think they were like, this book's going to be huge?
Yeah, they thought it was going to be huge, bigger than the world. They thought it was going to be a smash hit, but it wasn't, and it's just been left as a. And Donald, perhaps Baron back then, was the little boy going through time. But Donald, because he's a bit of a dunce, isn't he? He's never figured out the time hole, and he's stuck here.
Well, there's later on we get to the thing where Trump is the time traveller.
Oh, yes.
This is the first part of this. These coincidences. Let's call them coincidences.
Well, they certainly are. I was going to do some research. I was going to, but I didn't because I'm a terrible podcaster. I wanted to know if has anyone scientifically looked at coincidence.
It's a valid point.
Is there a scientific way of measuring?
Well, there's some weird
way.
coincidences. This is one. Have you heard the Kennedy Lincoln? We did this. We did a JFK series.
Yeah.
But there's the Kennedy. You ever heard of the Kennedy and the Lincoln coincidences?
Remind me.
So Kennedy was in a Ford Lincoln.
Right.
And Lincoln was assassinated in Kennedy. Kennedy? Oh, fuck, something like that. Anyway, the PA's names are reversed and different things. There's a lot of coincidences anyway going on with that. And you're like, whoa, that's a bit fucking weird.
Yeah. I mean, I was caught next to the dead body. Coincidence. Just happened to be there.
You don't think Trump shot JFK, do you?
He may have done.
No, you'd have seen that hair on the grassy knoll. You'd have seen that poking above. Even on them, that grainy Polaroid, you'd have seen this shockingly beautiful blonde hair just poking above the fence. Nah, we'll rule Trump out of that.
But what's he doing going back and forth through time? What's he up to?
Well, this is it.
Is he the saviour? Is he the one?
Well, we'll get to that in a bit.
Is he Neo?
Oh God, I hope not. Although, that could be interesting.
I know Kung Fu. Oh no, sorry. Kung Pao Chicken.
I'm sure Trump would love to beat up a black guy.
I'd watch him fight. I was going to say I'd watch. I don't mean specifically I would watch Trump beat up a black guy. That's not what I want to pay to see. I'm saying I'd watch him fight someone of a similar size to himself.
As you said, Trump does have a lot of black friends. They're all rich, but he has a lot of black friends.
Yeah. Hey, the black people love, as far as I've seen on Twitter, a lot of the black community fucking love Trump.
There's a massive growing community of black Republicans because they realise that the Democrats don't do jack for them anymore.
No. So, there you go. And Trump's
I deleted those. I think the Republicans are going to do anything for them.
And Trump's cool. Everything does is cool. You see his mugshot.
Yeah.
And he went viral, sold a load of t-shirts. He's just a fucking don, man.
He's a fucking grifter, isn't he?
He's oh, come on,
Did you see the playing cards? The action figure cards. Like Trump as a cowboy, Trump as an astronaut, Trump as Superman. And he was selling them for like $50 each. And people were buying them. They sold out the first run in hours.
Yeah.
He's a legend, mate. He's an absolute legend. They were writing books about him before he was fucking born, mate.
Now, another little coincidence, obviously the little dog, Bulger.
Right.
Now, when Trump became president, there wasn't a dog on the scene.
Yeah.
But it seems a bit weird for presidents not to have a pet. I don't know why, it's like a tradition.
Well, it makes him seem human, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Biden's got a couple of German Shepherds. I don't know what Obama had, he must have had a dog or something.
Yeah, a little dog, I reckon.
And obviously the dog in the books is called Bulger. And they did eventually adopt a golden doodle, so basically, Mike, you might be right, they might have skinned the dog. Not shaved the dog to make Trump's
It wasn't
hair.
a golden retriever, it was a golden doodle.
Golden doodle, so that's a Labrador poodle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Golden noodle.
Golden retriever poodle.
That's what he calls his Willy.
You see the golden noodle.
Who wants to see the golden noodle tonight? Straighten my noodle. Yes, Lord Donald.
Now, Bulger, that's not tying into anything at the minute, is it? But I bring to you another startling coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
The dog that they adopted is called Patton.
Right.
Patton was
General Patton.
famous general.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what he's best known for?
Battle of the Bulge.
Winning the Battle of the Bulge on the with a flank attack.
Oh.
Oh, it's all coming together now.
And then a link. Proof. Time hole.
And now, if you look at the pictures in the book, the illustration of little Baron Trump, there he is in one. Put a side-by-side comparison.
Why is he dressed like those fucking... You know, at the start of episode 1...
He's dressed like the Trade Federation.
Trade Federation aliens. Ah, we are the Viceroy.
Oh, how they got away with that accent.
We are doing dodgy dealings with finance. We talk like Asian. You got it, George.
George Lucas warning us all about China.
China. Oh, look, he is. This article is on E-Bombs World, listener. He's fucking dressed as the Trade Federation with his little dog.
I'd have felt a lot happier about the Trade Federation aliens if one of them had a little dog. I'd have felt like, look at them. They don't mean any harm. They can't be cruel. They've got a dog.
No, they weren't that cruel. They were manipulated, weren't they?
That's true.
No pressured. Broken politicians' promises.
Yeah.
I should have known, really.
I should have.
Yeah. Let's scroll down a second. Let's do a side-by-side comparison.
Oh my god, it's uncanny.
They
both
uncanny.
got eyes,
a slightly round face,
hair, swept in the same direction.
It's uncanny.
Is that little Baron Trump?
So that is the first part of this. The Baron Trump may have been a time traveller.
And someone's wrote a book about it and left us a clue.
But what ties it in is Trump a time traveller himself? So if Trump is a time traveller, there's no reason that he couldn't have gone back in time with Baron, spilled the beans to the author who writes the book, and then they come back.
Right.
It's a possibility.
We're gonna go back.
Just one little adventure, isn't it?
It's your kids, man. What? Someone's gonna grab them by the... Sorry.
No one can sue him in the 1890s. Let's face it. He can go back in time, grab him by the pussy.
Grab all the pussy I wanted.
Oh, God. Well...
Where are we on the first part of this, guys?
Well, I think clearly somebody has left us a clue, haven't they? As to the true nature of the Trump family line. Is he going back in time and impregnating his own mothers?
It wouldn't surprise me.
And created himself? Is he his own Ouroboros, his own father?
Yeah.
The snake eating its own tail?
I grabbed my mother
To
by the
ensure
pussy.
that he lives on through time.
Oh, man.
In eternity, the last president, if you will, the God Emperor.
Last President's a pretty fucking sweet title, though, isn't it?
I'm the last president. So, clearly that's what's happened.
Obviously. I can't think of any other
I
explanation.
can't think of any other reason why someone would write a book like that at the time.
Coincidence? Pish posh, I say.
Flim flam. Clearly a document of massive significance.
I think it needs to be preserved.
I did see there's somebody who's done a 6-hour-long audiobook reading of the first of these books at least, but I thought,
In all fairness, mate, I'd have drawn the line at that one.
I listened to some story about some little cunt falling through a time hole. Oh, I'm in Russia. Oh, I'm pissed on a prostitute. Ooh.
I don't see the issue of pissing on the prostitute. I mean...
Hey, look, man.
If you're paying,
I'd be
you get to do what
disappointed
you
if
want.
the President of the United States wasn't pissing on prostitutes. I want him partying, shooting guns in the air.
I mean, you can't tell me Kennedy never pissed on a fucking woman. You can't tell me you didn't.
He was too. They paint him out as such a goody-goody. He must have been into some.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's that whiter than white, are they?
You know the film Mars Attacks?
I do.
And he brings the Martian in disguise into the Kennedy room. He presses the button and all the lava lamps and the beds come out of the walls and stuff. I like to think like that's actually a thing.
Well, so that's how I feel about the first. How about you, Mike? Do you think it's a historical document?
Oh, Most definitely.
Well, it is a historical document. It's
Well,
maybe not in the
okay.
sense that...
Do you think it's a clue being left to us to the true nature of the Trump family?
It's certainly interesting, isn't it? It's certainly an interesting coincidence.
There's a lot of coincidence in there.
Okay, yeah, but wait till you hear. I mean, the next bit is what truly... If you think I'm taking the piss, listener, you just fucking wait till you hear the next bit. This is what grounds it all in unshakable, undeniable reality.
This is the biggest coincidence of them all, really.
Coincidence or the opposite of coincidence, whatever that is.
Truth incidents. Right. Everyone's heard of Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Sure have.
Bit of a mad scientist, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Love that photo of him just sat there casually reading a book while electricity sparks across different Tesla coils all around him. And he's just
Perfectly safe, come on in!
perfectly safe. Just sat there reading a book.
But he could have given us, if they hadn't fucked with him, we'd all be having free electricity. Yes, dangerous, flying through the air electricity, but it would all be free, everything would be powered and running, and, you know.
I'm sure they would have worked them problems out
But
by now.
it would all be regulating, and it wouldn't, you know, it'd be green, and
Yeah. What
things
can
would
you
be
do?
levitating, and, you know,
That'd be sweet.
sending thoughts to each other, wouldn't we? And
Maybe.
maybe that went too far, but we would definitely have electric and Wi-Fi. Didn't he sort of think of Wi-Fi before even the internet in a weird way?
Yeah,
I
he
sort of
was.
read that
He could
somewhere.
definitely do electricity wirelessly.
Mm.
They did. He built a tower.
And I'm sure
and
he may have put some random notaries like, one day we'll send information or something like
Probably.
that. It was like, fucking ledge.
He's not sure if he communicated with aliens by accident either. He was like, it's like these strange signals coming through my radio, and I don't know what it was. But John Trump, who was the uncle of Donald, was an engineer who worked for MIT, which is obviously a pretty prestigious American technology college.
Yeah.
Massachusetts Institute of Technology, I think, MIT, at the time of Nikola Tesla's death. And when he died, the federal government confiscated all of Tesla's work. That's true, they did. Tesla died virtually in poverty in some shitty hotel.
Yeah.
But what he had was 4 or 5 massive travelling trunks with all his notebooks and notes and drawings and everything. And the US government came in and took it all. Why?
Motherfuckers. Because there was all sorts of mad shit in there.
Yeah.
Mad shit. Like backwards UFO engineered stuff he got from the radio, direct from the source.
Maybe.
He could be lying there asleep and some fucking alien engineer's just going, aye. You know, I don't know the technical babble of an alien, but insert techno babble there. And that was going in his ear. I don't know. Or he thought of all... Maybe it was being channeled to him through, because he set up all these mad aerials and signals, and he was hanging around it all the time. He's being channeled into his brain, and he's just like the formula for time travel, the flux capacitor, essentially.
Yeah. He just couldn't get up to 88 miles an hour. That was a problem.
Yes, back then, no DeLorean.
You weren't getting up
but
to
then
it.
a big hole opens up and it comes screeching through Donald Trump in a limo full of prostitutes and McDonald's wrappers. Hey, get in.
No, that's a film I want to see.
Come with me if you want to live.
And he's playing on the radio, get out of my dreams and into my car. Tesla gets in with his briefcase as a load of government agents burst in and fire as the limo spins round.
Yeah.
Johnny's firing a revolver out the sunroof while he's getting sucked off.
I don't believe Trump's driving his own car.
Rested a Burger King on the back of the sucky offy girl's head.
She's got a milkshake on her head.
Don't move, darling, don't move, don't move. Whatever you do. Mate, I'd watch the shit out of that movie.
I'd watch that. Let's write it.
King Trump. God Emperor Trump. So, Tesla.
Yeah, so they after they got all of his notebooks and trunks with all his kit in, they hired a group of scientists and engineers to help them decipher his notes, and John Trump was among the men chosen for this task.
And we know that for sure.
Yes, apparently so. That is pretty conclusive that he was there. Now, in interviews that John gave later in life, he talks about how these notes of Tesla influenced him to study new methodologies methodologies. There's methologies then, that's something completely different. Hey, maybe there's some meth in there too. Beyond what he thought was probable, and of course the speculation is that John Trump discovered the means of time travel but died before it could be realised. And this is where Trump comes into play. John Trump left his nephew with his findings, hoping that at a later date Trump will be able to complete what he started. And this is where two theories combine into one. Have you heard of John Titor?
I have. We covered him, haven't we? I'm sure we've done
talked about him on a time travel episode. I know he hasn't had his own episode.
I got a bit obsessed with him. I can remember at one point reading all them posts and that are supposedly from him, and the video of light bending.
Yeah.
And that somehow is proof. But anyway, sorry. So he's Trump.
He could well be Trump. It's believed to be Trump. Trump went forward in time.
What's Donald Trump's middle name?
John.
There you go.
Shit the fucking bed.
JT.
Yeah.
John Trump.
He couldn't be Donald, could he? It would be too obvious. Wow.
And you said Titor, but it's Donald. Come on. I got a funny name. Titor.
Oh, this is it. Some people do say Titor.
Titor. Titor what? Tits. I'm sorry, I gotta try stand up. When I get back to before the apocalypse that I created.
Well, the theory is that Trump went forward in time and saw a world ruined by war and famine, possibly because Hillary Clinton won that election. Because if Hillary had got in, we'd have ended up nuking somebody.
Look how many people she's killed when she's not the president.
Oh, this is it. Sorry, Hillary, if you're listening.
Allegedly. Imagine when she's got a finger on the button. Fuck me. She'd be like, just wipe them off the face of the earth. Wipe them off the face of the earth. All the while smiling and saying, hey, but we're the Democrats. We're the good ones.
Yeah.
I'm not evil behind that fucking dead robotic smile. Fucking Satan's puppet. Sorry.
I'll never get over that picture of her laughing as she found out Gaddafi had just been brutally murdered. And you're like, wow.
Dead.
It's a bit much, isn't it? I mean, he was literally sodomised by a bayonet. It's not something that I'm going to sit there and manically laugh about.
Dead, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. So, he went forward in time.
Saw the world ruined by war and famine, disguising himself as John Titor and joining the army in the future.
See, you couldn't fucking Biden. If Biden found himself in a future war, what's he gonna fucking do? Donald suited up, uniform on.
His bone spurs here.
That's how he got the bone spurs.
Yeah, serving in the future war
Yeah.
that Hillary created, possibly.
This is the bit where it falls down for me. There's no way Trump is fighting in a war.
Now, I'll tell you what he did. He looked around, assessed the situation. He snuck straight into the officers' quarters, found a uniform, slipped straight into it, and just started bossing people.
That I can believe.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Do you guys have McDonald's in this timeline? Get one, immediately. Hey you, Coca-Cola? Now. See that? Shoot it. Feet on the table. Like a bus. Right, how do I get back? Working on it. I'm telling you, Mike is a hero. You just got to let it in, let it into your soul. He's the ultimate action hero, he's the ultimate male. I've heard he's the ultimate lover. Poet. He's a poet, he's just... What a guy.
And this is the reason, apparently, he came back, after he'd done his John Titor bit and saved the future, he then returned to his normal time, ran for president to stop Hillary getting in,
right,
thus saving that future, which is why we never heard from John Titor again.
Right.
Because he just vanished, didn't he?
But why did somebody in 1896 write a fucking book about it?
Well, this is the question.
He must have spent some time, like I said, living back there, and he thought, I'm going to become the next... Who was it? Lewis Carroll.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland.
I've had enough of war, I'm going to become the new Lewis Carroll, I'm going to turn my adventures into the next Alice in Wonderland. But it fucking failed, so he beat Hillary instead.
Is there a possibility that Baron Trump is actually just a young Trump?
He's based
Young
on himself.
Donald Trump, yeah.
He's tried turning his life story into a big hit book, and it's getting its flowers now, isn't it? Because it was unheard of until the last few years. I don't know if many people have read it or if they're just using it to discuss the sort of things we've been discussing tonight. But I firmly believe Donald Trump is a permanent feature of the timeline and has been for several hundred years. I think that John Trump, who worked in the FBI, who found that, I think that's Donald. It's all Donald. Every few hundred years he goes back and shags his own mum or something. And he's just been going through time forever. Because he's irrepressible, he's unstoppable.
He's an unstoppable force of nature.
He's immovable. And I believe that's what I believe.
Well, there ends is Trump a time traveller. That's our what the internet thinks, right? So where are we all on that?
Well, I think it's obvious.
The Tesla stuff's interesting, aside from obviously the joking that Trump is the ultimate saviour of humanity because he's got time travel. Although, isn't he... I did hear another theory that he's got the chronovisor. You know, the thing the Vatican has.
Oh, you can look through time.
So he just goes down in the basement in the White House, pops the old chronovisor on, has a quick look what's going to happen, comes back, makes a decision.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't predict Biden, then did he? Didn't do well with that.
Well, he was clearly robbed at that election, Mike, wasn't he?
He didn't see it come. He didn't think he needed the chronovisor because he didn't expect those dirty Dems to go that low.
Yeah.
But he would have seen it in the visor.
He didn't bother looking because he thought, I'm champion now.
Right.
Last minute alteration to the timeline. Maybe he looked in, someone looked ahead 6 months, I've won. Then at 6 months it changed.
Perhaps you can only use the chronovisor because you get cancer from it or something mad. Like, perhaps you can only use it. You can't just go back every day. It might be, getting more desperate, come back. I've got to go back again. No, you can't. You can't, Donald. Your face will melt. God damn
Look what happened to Joe.
Did the chronovisor one too many times. Now he's an absolute fucking Mongol.
He is a bit of a wreck.
A bit of a wreck.
Well, I was being polite.
I've seen more life in, roadkill.
In all seriousness, though, that man is rapidly deteriorating mentally.
Gerbil.
He can't stand.
Cauliflower.
I don't think he will stand.
Mustard.
What do you think will happen?
The primaries aren't done yet. States keep refusing to allow Trump on the ballot, and then he has to sue them to be allowed on the ballot.
It's pretty much done, though, isn't it?
It's not 100%.
Pretty much.
It's not 100% yet. There's still the Michelle Obama theory that states she's going to jump in at the last minute and get the nomination.
Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp.
Let's have a little bit of occultism now.
Hey.
Okay.
I do like a bit of occultism. You remember the Pepe the Frog meme?
I do.
Yep.
Excused exclusively by the right wing, isn't it? The right loves Pepe the Frog.
Yeah.
Now, all the time travel and divine destiny are made possible for a number of reasons. All of them due to the ancient Egyptian god of chaos, Kek, or Keku, and he appears as a frog-headed being and in ancient Egypt is worshipped for his magical abilities. Many people joke, or maybe not joke, that the popular meme Pepe the Frog is a modern-day reincarnation of Kek, the god of chaos.
Interesting.
Furthermore, Pepe became a symbol of the Trump campaign, and in doing so became a sign of the far right, as the two became synonymous in the mainstream to a point.
I am the god of chaos, and I bring you a box of frogs.
That would be the god of chaos brings you, though, wouldn't it?
And Trump is mad as a box of frogs.
There you go.
And let's face it, the whole Hillary versus Trump, no one thought Hillary was going to win that. Trump was going to win that.
No.
So
Even Trump didn't think he was going to win that.
one day, Donald Trump walks onto the set of, what was it that he used to be on? The Apprentice.
Yeah,
Is it
Apprentice,
the
yeah.
Apprentice?
Apprentice.
You're fired. He walks onto the set of The Apprentice, and he looks over to his trusted producer, and he says, "Come here. So last night, a guy with a frog's head came to me in my room, and he said, 'You're going to be the president of the United States of America.' I mean, he had a frog's head."
I'm not
And
arguing
that's
with
where
him.
it all.
His name was Keck.
His name was Keck. So yeah, that's where it came from.
Well, why does that matter? Well, people joked and joked about the meme magic for months leading up to the election. Memes got Trump elected.
Yeah, the internet shit posters.
They won an election.
Well,
I watched
you
a
could say that,
documentary
all
about
the
it.
Millions of hours of airtime that the fucking
There's an awesome documentary.
mainstream media gave to his speeches. It might have been that as well.
There's a podcast called The Coming Storm. It's done by the BBC. It's worth a listen.
I've listened, yeah.
And it explains basically how the shit posters got Trump in.
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is also the fact that CNN played his fucking speeches in entirety throughout the whole campaign. I might have had something else to do with it because they loved him, didn't they? It was ratings boost.
CNN are left wing.
I know, but it was a ratings fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't
Although
it?
they did cut a lot of his stuff out and mix his speeches together to make him look dumb.
Or maybe in the edits, but they did used to just let him run.
There's an awesome documentary. It's called Feels Good, Man. It's about, I think it's on the BBC or it might be Netflix, but the guy who drew that Pepe cartoon, he's not right wing at all or
he's
anything.
not,
He's
no.
like a hippie
They
dude.
co-opted it, didn't they?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
I saw the documentary. It was on.
I think it was on the
BBC,
BBC, wasn't it?
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really fucking
It
good.
was
But
good,
yeah,
yeah.
it was about that how the memes and the shit posters definitely helped him.
Oh yeah, I don't deny it, but
No, I get what you're saying as well. But
also
like,
the
that's why this is relevant. Flag, you'll see that flag everywhere. The flag of Keck.
Yeah, I mean, Trump even retweeted images of himself as Pepe.
Wasn't there a fucking He-Man character with a frog's head?
Oh, I don't know.
yeah, there was.
Let me have a look.
He used to have the figure of him.
He's probably called Frog Man. Kind of a frog. It's more of a lizardy type.
Well, so it seemed like Trump winning the election was near impossible, and no one thought Trump was going to beat Hillary Clinton. And it seemed like the only way to victory was by some sort of luck, or dare I say, magic with a K.
Jesus Christ, I swear. Sorry, Ben, I'm not making this up. The frog guy from He-Man, do you know what he's called?
Keck?
The 80s were different, weren't they? Frogmonger.
Wow. He wasn't in the remakes.
Frogmonger.
Go look at the picture of him. I
Frogmonger.
don't remember him.
Sorry. So, Keck, the god of chaos, that's what I'm saying. He went and visited Donald, a bloke with a frog for a fucking head. I'm the god of chaos.
Yeah.
If Hillary gets in, here, I'm going to take you to the Vatican, look at this thing called the Chronovision.
Yeah.
Right?
He
But
steals
then
it.
He ends up fighting in the war. He ends up in that future anyway.
Yeah.
Because he works out. Because he's actually, I know he comes across as stupid, but it's all an act. He's actually sitting there at night making sense of Tesla's.
Sitting there by candlelight,
Yeah,
scribbling with a quill.
Making sense of Tesla's work and theories passed on to him by himself. Because I believe John Trump is. Who is it, his uncle?
His uncle.
I believe that was Donald.
Yeah.
In a different timeline. Anyway, I'm confusing things. But anyway, he's making sense of Tesla's work.
He's taken it this long.
He figured out the time hole, and he's been, like I said, yeah, because he's the man.
He couldn't
He
make
is
sense of McDonald's menu though.
He's Doc Brown of real life. I wonder who his Marty
You
is.
think he just plays dumb then?
Yeah,
Really, he's like fucking
absolute
totally
genius.
intelligent. Yeah.
Absolute genius.
He's got to be fairly clever.
Falls asleep reading Shakespeare.
He's not clever.
He's got to be reasonably clever.
He's street smart, isn't he? That's what he's got that.
He's the Teflon Don, isn't
Well,
he?
he speaks like a
Nobody's
10-year-old.
smarter than me.
And he's only ever popular with the non-educated people.
Yeah, because he's clever enough to realise how the fuckers he needs to win over.
Yeah.
Let's
face
Gaz
it.
is Gaz is doing his Trump
And let's
dance.
face it, in America there's a lot of non-educated people.
There's a lot of low-educated people.
Yeah, that's why we love it. Hey! Oh, look, he's a hero. Yeah, he's the last real man on the planet.
So where do we stand, guys? Time travel and the
Is
occult.
that the entirety?
That's the internet shit posting.
I believe he is, yes, travelling through time.
What do you reckon? Gaz is down for it.
It can't be denied.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little Baron Trump. So what have we got? What's the evidence? Little Baron Trump.
Meets up with Don. They live on 5th Avenue in Trump Castle.
Yeah.
The last president.
The last president.
Yeah.
The dog.
It is a bit weak, isn't it?
What are you on about? No way.
The big one is obviously Trump's uncle be getting access to all Nikola Tesla's wild and wonderful shit.
Yeah, but then you've got to believe that he invented time travel.
Yeah, but we don't know that he didn't.
Well, if he did, why did he die as a pauper?
Because he was too
They drove
fucking
him
mad.
All the signals coming through. He
He's
was
the one-
literally receiving alien knowledge.
He's the one that
and-
should have been president.
Have you ever seen? It's in one of the Transformers films where Sam Witwicky gets took over and all Autobot symbols, and he's just writing all alien symbols. And
Yeah.
That's what I believe was happening to. I mean, based
So
on
it sent him mad.
nothing. Yeah,
So even though he invented it, he never used it.
yeah. He couldn't put the machine together.
Right.
Donald had to come along or Donald's team, Donald's secret laboratories
Donald's uncle.
underneath Trump Towers is a laboratory,
Of course.
the likes of which the world's never seen.
It's like the fucking bat cave down there, mate.
Yeah. High-powered bat cave. It's got its own McDonald's.
I'm surprised he hasn't opened a McDonald's rip-off. I called it Trump Burger.
Trumps. Didn't he have like a range of food or steaks or something? He was selling
Yeah,
something.
steaks.
Yeah,
Trump
Trump
steaks.
steaks.
Trump University.
What a man. What a guy.
But again, if he's a time traveller, why now is he not using it to get out of all these fucking litigations that he's got going on?
He knows he's
been
gonna win.
sued for $454 million.
He knows he's going to win.
Yeah, but
He's got it in the future. He's in the
He's
result.
lost.
he can afford it.
He's already lost.
He just goes back in time, makes some more money.
Yeah.
He's going to change the...
The almanac.
The timeline.
Sports
Timeline.
almanac, yeah.
So
One
we're going to be
day-
like, didn't Trump get done? No, that never happened.
No, he's just going to go back to his 80s self. One day a crazy old man will show up. He's going to go back to his 80s self with a sports almanac.
Right.
I know you're loaded, but you need to get more loaded.
You're gonna have
Trust
to,
me.
You're going to have to pay a lot of shit.
Just what? Just trust me. Bet on all this.
I'm more into Pepe the Frog being the god of chaos.
Trump,
Definitely.
maybe Trump is Pepe, KK Pepe, whatever his name is. Maybe he is the god of chaos.
Maybe it's like Moon Knight, where as in Moon Knight is like the avatar of the god of the moon. Trump is the avatar of the god of chaos.
Shit. Shit.
He does bring chaos with him,
Oh
doesn't
my
he?
god, that's so metal.
I want to be. Why can't I be the avatar of the god of chaos? That'd be sweet as fuck. I'd settle for being an avatar of any god, Egyptian god, in all fairness. But the god of chaos.
It's a pretty good one, isn't
Why
it?
does no one ever approach me?
I
Why
don't know,
does
chaos sounds good, but is it good? Like, you don't want chaos on your way home tonight, do you?
no, there's a go. No.
And then when you get home, it's chaos.
Yeah,
And
there's
then you
like
try and sleep, it's chaos. So you
Yeah.
wake up, there's just chaos.
you've got to turn that chaos off at some
I'm just
point.
trying to brush my teeth, but it's fucking chaos in here.
There's like birds coming in and flapping around, and the water faucet just breaks off. So, oh, fucking hell!
Tiles falling off the roof. For fuck's sake!
I'm asleep. The bed catches fire for no reason.
It's not at all. It's
No,
cracked up to
no,
me.
you got to be able to turn it on and off, haven't you?
Hopefully, otherwise you're fucked.
Or I just go out at night and beat people to a pulp. Criminals to a pulp.
If the chaos
Chaos.
powers are going off, like, wouldn't you punch, like, bounce off and, like, I don't know, kill a rare bird or something? I don't know.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Well, I believe Trump is a time traveller. And thus concludes my thoughts.
I think there's a lot of coincidence.
We're going back in time.
It is weird, the book and everything.
I think it's weird how his uncle managed to be literally there to empty out Tesla's shit. You can't tell me they didn't build a bit of a financial empire on that, maybe. Some of that stuff may have got leaked.
Well, that's where the alien technology for his hair came from.
Well, exactly.
But he's never invented anything. He just sells his name. That's how he makes his money.
We don't know what patents the Trump family might hold in secret.
Maybe.
Well, he could own Apple, we don't know. He could own it all. He could be. He's Doc and Elon Musk is Marty.
Oh, it's going to be Elon Musk if it's anyone, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
that's,
Marty, yeah.
That's Marty, that's how he got into all this. What's his accent?
South African. Eli.
This is heavy. Great Scott. China. Oh dear.
Well, he foresaw the rise of China.
Anyway, yeah. Well, if
Fun
anybody,
one anyway, it's a fun one.
if anyone wants to make an action film, cartoon, animation, anything starring Donald Trump travelling through time
Fucking bitches.
with his limo, shagging historical bitches, fighting wars.
With a Egyptian god of chaos.
Yeah, with Tesla, a mad Tesla in tow, who doesn't understand what's happening and should be in a medical institution.
It's just
But
because you want to pay a young Trump.
that's why I've been growing my hair.
Oh, you could probably swirl it around.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You need hair as long as mine to create that thing.
Yeah. Christ,
That's
it's so
how
good.
he gets through, like when he's, wants to get out of a situation quick. He presses a thing on the side of his head and it drops down, and it's hair down to his waist, and he's a woman. People think he's a secretary.
Wow, that's a really fat orange secretary
He
over
just
there.
passes through.
With a really small penis.
Looks like a what's it in a dress with a wig on.
Well, that's why he's got a micro penis. He can't.
Well,
play.
hey, that's just again vicious rumours, mate. You can't be that manly and have a micro penis.
Unless he's just massive overcompensation.
I
But you know what? He's got away with it.
won't have this.
And to be fair, we can talk about Trump's penis, whether it's small, whether it's huge, but all I'm going to say is none of us have been shagging former Playboy models.
No,
True.
not to my knowledge.
No. No, you don't get many of them in The Crown.
But I wonder, did he pull them with his charm and wit and good looks?
Or was it just his vast financial resources? Is that what you're saying?
Hey ho, if you've got it, flaunt it.
Exactly.
God love him.
Nice.
Peace and love be to Donald Trump.
The last president.
Love and worship.
Probably the last president.
Amen.
When he becomes dictator, yeah.
No, just the world
Well,
ends.
I hope he's not. I was going to say, I hope he's not the last one because of nukes.
Yeah, that's so.
So,
I'm not going through threads, kill me now.
Oh God.
Yeah, take me out in the initial blast.
Yeah, same.
Well, and on that cheerful note, I've been Ben. Thanks for listening. Don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join a cult.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out.
I think Gaz. Biff Tannen.
Or Donald Trump.
Oh, God love him.
Could be the same guy.
God Emperor Trump.